Hey guys, so this is another update video. This time is for Apollo, and we definitely need to talk about some very important things, specifically about realms. There's a few things about Apollo, but we need to clear out about realms as soon as possible because this is going to affect the game in so many ways now and in the future. So it's important that you have this completely clear before you actually use all these things. So first of all, apparently there's two types of realms. One realm that affects the enemy, and one realm that affects your own team, your allies. So if there's a realm that is attacking your team, and you have a realm that is for your allies, those are going to be canceled out. As you already know, when you use Apollo at +1 versus Belnos +1 or +5, whatever, both of them get canceled out. However, if you have a hero that uses realms that affects the enemy, and then you have another hero that affects your whole team, you can have both realms activated at the same frickin' time, which is insane. I started to think the future of other realms, other heroes that create other realms that can affect the fight in so many different ways. So I'm going to show you a quick footage here of Gimli. He already posted this, but it's just for you to get this idea of how these actually work. So if you want to check his YouTube channel, you can go ahead. He does post really nice fights over there. All right, check it out, guys.
Now you shall die.
By the purifying powers of water!
Death follows.
I can make it through.
So yeah, that's going. Believe it or not, that's gonna affect this game so many ways. The ability to create realms from one side and also to another. That's gonna I can only imagine how many new heroes are gonna be able to use this realm mechanic, and it's gonna be very, very powerful for sure, and very important because you need those realms to be able to counter the enemy realms and so forth. But yeah, that's very powerful. That's number one. Number two, Apollo can be very well used on defense. And why would you say that? Because if you have Apollo on defense, let me show you here. On defense, let me switch my team here. So if you have Apollo on defense, like this, for example, but you also have Leticia here, which, by the way, everybody knows Leticia is not very powerful on her own. She definitely needs help to survive and all that. However, in a setup like this, let me see, where are you? My Belnos is +0, so I haven't really worked on her, but a team with Apollo and Belnos, yeah, that's first of all, Apollo is going to counter Belnos, attacking Belnos when she attacks. And Belnos is going to straight up make the enemy go to sleep. And if by any chance you get Apollo to +5, he will be able to make Leticia go off over and over and over again. Remember that her protection lasts for 3 turns. If you think that on those 3 turns she's not going to get 100% mana from Apollo, you're sadly mistaken. That's going to be a big problem. And if you're thinking that you're going to throw in Alpha to stop her, that's where Antia comes in, and she will wreck. She will wreck completely your ideas of trying to stop her, because she's going to have the mana and Alia's going to protect her, and she's going to go off, and these two heroes are going to be, yeah. And you can actually do it in different ways. For example, you can put Leticia here and Belnos here. Belnos here, because these are the actual two heroes that they're gonna be really squishy. Alia is really tough to kill, and Mildred is super hard to kill. So yeah, so this team is actually viable. I've seen it in action, but the problem is that if you play Arena, if you play War, you know the replays are not working. So I was not able to get that footage for you guys. Sorry. Well, not so sorry. It's yeah, problem with the game. So yeah, but anyhow, this actually makes Leticia viable on defense finally, because if she's able to make immortals over and over and over, this is going to be really powerful, guys, for sure. That's one thing. And as I already mentioned, Apollo is usable on defense, because he is able to go off almost every single turn and dispel the entire enemy team. So that's really powerful. So that one's that. And finally, the last one, and my favorite one, which I also had footage, but sadly, that one did not work as well. I really hope the devs fix that one day. They did say that they were working on it, but they fixed it, and then another problem arises, and it's a mess. So yeah. So hopefully they fix that anyway really soon. So anyhow, there's one more thing about Apollo that I want to straighten out, is that his ability to create stones, you can actually use his ability to create stones offensively. So let's see. Let's first power him up. There you go. That's the beautiful thing about Apollo, is that he creates these stones and they finish off your actual blasters. You know, these little crystals you have here. So yeah, that's very, very powerful stuff. So first, you definitely have to activate her here, Nan, to power him up, and then create all these. So I think this is a pretty obvious thing to say, but focusing on a specific hero and using these stones targeted to the enemy hero that you want to kill as soon as possible, that's going to be really important. So you have to definitely do this. Let's see. Show off. And boom, there you go. So I did this in War versus Purple Heroes, and one by one they would die over and over and over again. So that's definitely something to pay into account here. Sometimes, and remember that when you're actually doing these types, look at all these stones, this is insane. When you actually are doing all these things, remember that always try to create a blaster every single time. Blasters are these things here, boom. Like this. And so forth. So that's the main thing about this. Boom, boom, boom. And wow. So if you're wondering if you should upgrade Zeus to +5, do it, because you're able to actually do it now with the events. The events have been a bunch of stones to be able to awaken him to +5. I think I have like 6, 7 extra souls to be able to awaken Zeus even more. Since I already have him +5, I don't really need it. So in this situation, you can definitely try to get him to +5, and he is going to do a lot more stone damage than you would actually imagine here. So yeah, look at all these stones. This is absolutely amazing, guys. I'm completely impressed of how incredibly powerful this new hero has made Yellow in this situation. Whoop. Let's see if I survive here. Well, that's fine, because since this is one of my guildies, I didn't really want to actually take cups from him. But anyway, that's what I actually wanted to show you. The amount of damage just by stones can be really high and can change the actual tide of battle. But remember to target the enemy that you want to actually, you know, eliminate with the stones. Don't just activate stones and make the stones go jumping from one side to another. No, do not do that. Do not do that, guys, for sure. So that's the main thing about Apollo. One more thing I wanted to mention is that if you want to put him on the attack, A mana weapon would definitely be useful. His own weapon is amazing. 60% mana gain is broken for him. He's pretty much going to go off over and over and over again. However, since I have him +1, I decided to just give him Alia's weapon at +3 when I actually attack. Because check this out. Look at this. This is a bunch of stacks. Look at him. 4,334 on defense. But when I switch to my +3 Alia weapon, it's really high upgrade. Look at this. He's 4,835, so that will help him survive a lot more. So on the attack, if you have him +0, if you have him +1, definitely give him your strongest shield weapon for sure. So every single hero you have +0 or so, you need a shield weapon to make him survive for sure. So my final thoughts on him: if you don't have him, get him. There is no excuses. At +0, you will love this hero. I promise you that for sure. Sweet spot for him is definitely the +1. The +1 will help you get so much more stones, so much more abilities. It pretty much gives you 2 free stones from the beginning. There. And also his ability to actually lose life is, some people are worried about that, but the +1 fixes that for sure. You lose 10% and you gain 25% shield, but you also restore 20% HP here, so that's definitely going to be very powerful here for sure. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.